official, Snubby.
Yeah, that's what we call it, of course. And all of you Hamlanders, people from the Birmingham, make sure obviously you pop over BP Pulse Live Arena over in Birmingham. If you've been to the NEC before, it's around that area. Wonderful place, lots of things to do as well. Really nice area, and you'll be able to see us, see the players. Huge amount of fun to be had. Make sure, scan that QR code. Head yourselves over to Birminghamland.
That first major still a little ways off here. We got some games to get through, and you can see all of them on the board. Next week, Mina and NA and OCE hit the field. APAC, EU, and Sam were all this weekend. I believe Sam will be finishing after us. So once we're done today's broadcast, head on over to watch some of the Sam games and see what goes on there. But we got to talk about our region, Europe. And yesterday we played some games. They played some games Friday and the weekend before. There have been a lot of games, but today we're just looking at the finishing of this hybrid bracket. Shogun, again, Team Vitality, K-Corp, I mentioned it in the intro. The teams to beat right now as the rest of the teams try to make their way up to those semis.
So they've got here via the upper bracket. They have won 3 of their matches, the most important matches in a row. So they have already qualified for the top 4, but they have now lost that right of having the double elim sort of thing go for them. It's now single elim where they're at for 100% Dignitas, NIP, and for Gentlemates. It's all about joining them in that single elim semi-finals onwards. So best of 7 the whole way. And also big results required because, as I'm sure we're going to get to in just a second, Leaf, the points are massive from here on out.
Yeah, we'll take a look at those in a moment. But first, if you did miss yesterday, we'll get a little gameplay on screen here. We'll cover some recaps. Gibbs,
there we go,
why don't you start us off there with some Ninjas in Pajamas?
Yeah, we had a banger of a first matchup. We had a Ninjas in Pajamas, power ranked by the pros, number 3, versus GK Esports, power rank number 5. And honestly, after watching this match, I think GK are frauds. The Ninjas might be that good, I'm not sure, but Ninjas just destroyed GK. And this could be more credit to Ninjas being that good of a team, but Ninjas through the first 3 games, pure domination. Game 4, finally GK wakes up. They get a 3-0 lead, and didn't go very well for them after that.
Our event is about us just learning everything that we possibly can. We're learning about the teams. We're learning that Gibbs is not a morning person, apparently, because my goodness, is he aggressive right now. But we did get into that second matchup. KC against Dignitas. Everyone rating KC as the number 1 team in Europe. I feel like we didn't get to learn too much about them because Dignitas were, well, simply fighting just to get themselves into this series, Stumpy. But KC, they did the job they had to do.
I mean, Dignitas started off really well. You know, they started to shock us. They got game number 1. It was pretty strong. And then there were definitely those miscommunications. I think mostly between Stizzy and Appjack. There was a lot of blame going towards Stizzy, I will say. And we defended him a bit. And then towards the end of the series, he had a couple of shockers. But I think that was just the compounding of the pressure that he was feeling. And so I do feel like, you know, when you have got the pressure of Casey bearing down on you, as a relatively new player in Europe, it becomes a lot harder to deal with.
Lights on you, and you know every match is so important. So not the best start that they could have hoped for, but they will have further opportunities moving forward, and especially even today. You know, the championship wasn't won yesterday. You've got to go and get it done today. 3 wins in a row. Hey, it's all in the distance.
It is, but we've also got a team that is looking to win that championship, and I think a lot of people have been very excited to watch them, myself included. Team Vitality, when they took on Gentlemates Alpine, it was yet again another Game 5 it went to, but Vitality managed to win it 4-1. And to be honest, it really wasn't that close, considering, you know, we looked at all the other games and there was a little bit of fight from the others. I thought this would be, you know, Game 6, Game 7. Vitality were a completely different beast. And Gentlemates, I mean, Leaf, when you looked at them realistically, they didn't seem to have that same kind of shine that they had previously. I don't know if Rodosin is necessarily that pickup that's going to keep them on the level we expect.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what we saw from Gentlemates was not what I expect their peak to be. I mean, this is a team that I think could really go toe-to-toe with a team like Team Vitality. I think, you know, in the long run, they still lose a majority of the games against them, but I don't see them as a team that's going to fall to the wayside. I mean, Radosin's still a really solid player out there, but there have been those peaks, those ups and downs before.
Yeah, like it's hard to fault them because it's 2 world champions joined up with Zen, who's considered the best player in the world. Vitality, they were not ranked number 1 by the pros, number 2 pretty much across the entire board. So Vitality looking to get back that number 1 spot. But with the mates, they lost their MVP like in Itachi, so they should be downgraded a bit. And I think this is a realistic spot for them right now, trying to compete for one of those 3rd or 4th place spots.
And let's just look at the points now just to see where that kind of rolls people out to right now. Obviously, we haven't finished off this weekend, so we don't have those top spots, Gibbs, but they are fighting for that extra 5 points there.
Yeah, so quick math here. Obviously, top 4 in Europe will go to the major. That is basically means if you get 2 top 4s and like a 5th, you're looking fantastic. You'll probably make the major. That would be 19 points. So if you win this event, you will already have 15 of those points. That is so incredibly important. Whoever wins these 3 opens, probably 99% of the time will make the major. So if you win one of them, you are looking to be in a great spot. Because I would say, that magic number probably around the 20-point mark. So you'll already be 3/4 of the way there. So these teams, that is what they're fighting for today.
Well, let's get one more little bit of recap going on here. Of course, you know I love my top plays. So we got 5 of them for you guys today. We're going to start this one off with Joris. Just incredible control around the midfielder. You notice when he gets on the ceiling, he's out of boost, but he gets a little bit of help from Atto, and he just makes the most of it. Sometimes you get bumped, you're just gone. You're out of the play. But he stays focused, locked in off the ceiling. Nice first goal there on our top 5.
And then number 4, we're going to talk about the World Championship MVP that no one talks about on this team for some reason. Exotic with an amazing corner redirect. Everyone talks about Zen being the greatest player. Everyone talks about Monkey Moon being the GOAT. Exotic, World Championship MVP, showing it off right there.
Yeah, well, that's his time up, mate. Back to Zen, thank you very much. Manages to get a wonderful touch. And the people were going crazy on social media, saying how perfect this touch was. His car basically fuses with the ball as he makes contact, keeps it close, edges the backboard, and then gets a double. That's outrageous.
They're on fire.
One of the forgotten ones of this World Championship team. How about this guy? You know he want it. Drally stepping up to prove that he can still be that guy when required.
I'm not going to ride on Zen.
Tried to reach it. No chance whatsoever. But there can only be one as number 1, and that is Rizek's first touch. Doesn't get the reset. He follows it the whole way. And Acro, well, he gave it a good go, but a good go was as good as he was gonna get.
It's crazy because you mentioned that you've got he tries to get the reset first, and then he messes that up, and then recovers it so well that he can then go for a reset attempt again, and then gets it. Unbelievable play from Rizek. Good job.
Those incredible first touches are something you are not going to see in our next segment at all.
What do you mean?
You've not watched the video yet. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, we're going to in a few moments here because we decided to celebrate. We mentioned yesterday. We decided to celebrate 1v1s being officially brought into the RLCS broadcast and circuit here with caster 1v1s. Something that probably no one wants to see, but we're going to show it to you anyways. Gibbs decided to put together a bracket here of all the casters. We're going to 1v1 each other throughout this season and see who's the best 1v1er. I think we know how this is going to go, but here's the bracket right now. Of course, Gibbs, you've given CJ a bye,
yes.
and I think
can't believe it. OC's in top 4.
They finally made it. And it's not because of his skill. It's more because he's going to have a massive ping disadvantage when we get to those later rounds. Because obviously we're all playing from home, so we'll see how he does later on. But Cole and Stumpy, sorry Stumpy, but I might have given you a little bit of a tough matchup maybe here.
Yeah. So Cole's actually playing quite a lot of 1v1 at the moment. To try and get a little bit better.
It didn't work
and then we saw
last
the bracket,
night,
and they were like,
but
right,
it
okay,
still won't let me go live.
how am I going to try and compete with this? But what I can compete in right now
Unable
is
to
to
go
vote
live.
down below.
Try again
Everybody, please
later.
just give me a winning chance.
All right, now's your time to pander, guys, to the chat because we're going to watch this 1v1 in just a few moments, but we need to know who you think is going to win this one. Hashtag CO for Cole or Stu for Stumpy. Mr. Stu, give us your pander.
Please, just please give me something. Also, I've seen Cole type in chat hashtag COL, which is such a sad thing to do.
So
get some
aggravating.
hashtag STUs in there. Look,
Come on, TikTok.
I'm the champions people. I'm the people's. I'm
your life
floundering.
back
I'm
up.
scared. I can't.
Sorry,
do
what is your 1v1 competitive history? Because I feel like there's a match that I feel like I casted of you. Who did you play and what was the result?
I played Kaylee, an incredible streamer, great friend of mine, and on a Johnny Boy show match, and I played her twice and I lost both times. I think in about 5 years I've played about 10 1v1s, I want to say. So,
Okay.
yeah, not great.
I'm voting Cole.
Yeah, no, I think most of you got a couple people there. Only 63% in favor of Cole. Well, Shogi has cut this down for us into a consumable format here, so why don't we find out the results?
We're both quite proud of our 1v1s. So let's see how this goes.
You've been training in the off-season, haven't you, mate?
I have. You know me.
Nice.
Go on, that's in that.
I'm not that bad. Oh, no,
Oh,
mate,
no.
Some would say overcommitted.
Tripped him up, tripped him up, tripped him up, tripped him up.
Ref, VAR. So a goal every 16 seconds. You're actually doing better than I thought you'd be doing.
Oh, he's done me.
You're doing better.
Ooh.
I've done him. Yes!
Go on. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Oh.
Flip reset, though.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I flopped it. I flippy flopped. I flippy flopped and I'm scared. Really good times it. Go on, try and deal with that. What's he doing with this? Wonderful. You love to see it.
Speed flip kick off. Oh, there we go. Doink. Oh, it didn't quite land for
Oh, you're such a coward.
me. I couldn't doink it. It didn't quite land for me. I said,
Oh, I'll pop it in for you, I reckon. Oi,
That's mean,
you're
man,
a
that's mean.
coward.
Why am I a coward?
I'm in.
Cowardice is not demoing.
Oh, mate, that's
boring goal.
Khaled, that's prime Khaled. Did you see
Oh,
the
the hook
spawn?
shot. Did you hook it?
Well, I just sort of hit it in, but look, that is a clever spawn. That's an intelligent spawn point.
Thanks. Nice shot.
Thanks, man. Get bipped.
Oh! You've bipped me!
I bipped him! Gold. So I normally want to look at them and see kind of what's going
That's
on.
fair. Mate, your kickoff is... I should use the octane. Your kickoff is...
It's just stronger. Yeah, I'll fake you out. Hit his boost. Now I know that you're low. That's the thing.
I'm still at the stage of air roll where I sort of miss
Go on.
a lot.
Oh, that's a good fake. Demo?
Nice demo. Every time I score, you take me out. It feels a bit rude.
I'm the James Vardy in this
stop with the
situation.
kickoff goals!
Mate, Johnny Boy right now is sitting on the desk salivating at my kickoffs.
Yeah, you've been
good
studying the chalked versus first touch match, haven't you?
I have. Avoiding Johnny's, of course.
Well, Johnny Boy was keen to tell me how it wasn't his fault, even though he turned in field from the kickoff, which is, yeah, he was like, oh, well, actually, the pros, what they've been doing now is you do that because, I mean, I fell asleep at that point, but you can imagine he said some stuff.
As with any
Don't
Johnny
score,
conversation.
don't score.
What's the plan here? All right, I'll give you a little bit of free roam here. Go on, you use that free will. Cool. Air dribble. Oh, good dog.
There we go. So, I mean, like, 9 times out of 10, I'll concede
That
because
was
I've done
lovely.
that. Oh, crumbs.
He's bumped.
Right,
He's
psycho.
scared. He's scared.
I went for the psycho.
That's like us playing right there.
You embarrassed. I went for the psycho.
Go for this.
How close
this.
were you?
That's definitely us.
It's really hard.
The you is
It's really
me.
hard. There's a lot of pixels to take into account. Oh, that's probably a goal.
I did my best. I did my best to miss that. Look at that. Bang. Okay,
up.
go on. I'm going to keep it up.
Rule 1
There
in
you go.
play. I'll go.
Yeah.
You'll go. On you.
Yeah. I'll try. Oh, sorry. I did try.
Well played.
Wow. I'm not going to lie.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. Especially after that clanger off the bar, Stumpy.
I can't believe it. It was a horrible start for me. And may I say, 85-15 in chat on the points predictions, which you must all feel silly. Everybody who voted Stumpy, you earn your points. Well done to all of you. Thank you very much.
Nice result, Stumpy. Nice result. Like
Thank you.
I was not expecting this. Cole has been grinding Rocket League lately.
He has been
probably more
actually
than
playing
any of
it.
us.
Wow.
I don't think I know anyone that is like got a better or a bigger skill disparity than Cole in threes versus Cole in ones.
Call it any other game mode apart from threes. He also can't play twos, bless him.
Now, Stumpy, I'll see you in the semi-finals, mate. I'll look forward to meeting you there.
You still need to beat Johnny.
Call it already. Everyone just got to judge you guys. It's time for us to judge them because yesterday I actually tweeted out for some hot takes that you guys have coming into this season. I grabbed some from a bunch of different regions, and we're going to judge them right now on how likely they're going to be from 1 to 10. 1 being very unlikely, 10 being it will happen essentially, and we agree with that. So let's just run through these hot takes. I've conglomerated some of them because there were a lot of similar replies here. Let's start off with number 1. Looking over at Sam here, Yukio has actually joined the region on Shaman Esports, and I saw that someone said that Shaman Esports will grab a major spot for Sam. That one is an interesting one because you do have to look at the other squads that are in there, in that region. Around them, you obviously have Furia, Team Secret, right beside them, Corinthians. There's a lot of good squads in that region. How likely is Shaman.
Oh, I might have overdone it, by the way, on the whiteboard size.
Yeah.
So
I was like, wow.
We're going to lose Shogun for a little bit, all right?
Are we rating
the
it out of
whiteboard
10?
gets to take over from now on.
All right.
Board.
It's
Are we rating it out of
fine.
10, yeah?
Yeah.
Rating out of 10, 10 being we think it's likely.
Okay. Okay, all right, I've got mine.
Take
all right.
your time.
Let's
Okay.
flip. All right. How likely is this one?
Okay.
Oh, wait, folks.
We all three. Wow.
Wow. This is not planned.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Now, all right, there's one reason, right? Because Furia, they already played Shaman, and they beat them 3-0, and it was 11 goals to 2. But more importantly, Furia's got Yan, and Shaman, they have a player named Yan D. So clearly, Yan is better than Yan D. He's not even Yan B. So I'm
He's
going
Yan X,
with Fury and Team
Yeah, but the other
Secret.
one's Yan X.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Next
Sorry, bad
one.
joke.
Let's keep it in the region here. Furia will finally win a major here.
Okay, well, I'm off on my merry adventure again.
There's a lot of good
What do you
teams,
mean, who
so
won?
this is
Nobody's
hard.
playing.
Okay, all right.
started
Yeah,
yet.
I've got mine.
I don't know.
Ruining the
It's like
Got
where does
10
my heart
minutes.
go, and where does reality go? You know.
Shogun, you could have just used your phone. That's what I'm doing.
You got 10 minutes.
Wouldn't be as good.
10 minutes.
All right.
It's
Shouts from
and
three
You guys are ready? Let's
10
play.
My kids are
minutes.
staring
It
at me. Got
hasn't
crew
started
going on.
yet.
2, 1, flipper.
Yeah, I don't know why I even got rid of it. I put 3.
Oh my God, we almost all went 2 as well.
But yeah, I thought I'd be disrespectful, but I think you guys are
Did
more
you
correct than
leave
me.
for
I
5
just,
minutes and you
because I
thought
don't want to be a harsh one.
best of
There's
3?
obviously a chance. I'm not saying there's a 20% chance. I'm saying there's a chance, but they have to
Yes.
then also beat
Look at the
Falcons.
bottom,
they
right
have to then
here.
go out and beat Carmine
Kickoff,
Corp. They have to
9
have vitality
minutes and
for it.
37 seconds.
I put 2 or 3 teams minimum above them, like to win it.
It's
So
on the
kind of
screen.
I think 2 is probably about fair, something around there.
Okay, let's move on to the next one here. Complexity will do better in North America than they did in SAM last season, possibly achieving first seed for one of the majors and getting top 4 worldwide.
All right, let's not get carried away, all right? Let's go based
I'm
on the
using my
first
fingers,
part of
by
the
the way.
stage.
I'm not doing this mountain of a task every time.
Yeah. So where did Complexity
So
place in
Complexity
SAM last season 2?
was 1 spot out of the World Championship.
Okay.
So that would be like 5th in NA.
Okay.
So
So we're just going off of doing better in NA.
Yeah.
yeah, I would say if you're better than 5th in NA, would be the take.
Because otherwise, they're saying otherwise that they're going to be getting like 2nd and 1st, which in North America, I don't know if that's going to be happening. Okay, all right, I got it. All right. Yeah, see if we can mind meld again. All right, you ready?
do it. Let's do
All
it.
right, the correct one.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let me try TikTok Studios.
Oh,
That'll work.
so
wow.
close. 6, 7. All right, so Leaf, you're confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just, well, or is it lack of confidence in NA?
Well, yeah,
Maybe.
but that's fair.
That's-
There's
I think that's
like
more
half
of
of
what
their
I'm
top
coming
32
from here.
Is that
is
better?
retired players, so you know.
Can you
I
hear
don't
me
really
better
know
now?
what's
Can
going
you
on.
still hear the
I
Rocket
think that's
League?
more of where that one was coming from. Is we'll see
Turn
if
my
they're
mic
playing
up
next
a bit.
weekend,
There you
but
go.
maybe they can.
I'm
live up
intrigued
to
to
it,
see
but-
how they do. Like, going back over there. Complexity also with that, with the decal situation
Yeah.
again, or with their logo, going back to like the old retro logo.
This
I always
is
like that style,
live.
so
What do you
maybe
mean?
I
Are
can-
you high right
we
now?
had a number 4 right. I don't know if I want to skip
you
number
smoking
4
on the
here
devil's
for a
lettuce?
production for a loop here and skip to number 5, if it's possible to do that. Just because we're gonna have to move on here in a sec.
Gets rid of
Oh,
Juicy.
wait, this might be a
Actually, no,
replay.
but he's not getting where he wants it. And a
Ah.
demo if Juicy.
You might be right. I might be the one that's high smoking the devil's lettuce. Dang it. Hold on.
He's not there. That
Ah, brought me to the wrong channel. I can't find that web page I was at last time while I was bringing up all the lives. This is bulk honkies. Everything's trying to sell me tickets. I don't want tickets. It's happening today. I'm in the United States. How the heck would I even get there? Let me type in a lot. No, it's Esports Insider, Esports Advocate. Is it on Advocate, maybe? No. I just have to go to Twitch. Mary J left my daggone air compressor on. Oh, they're live. Let's go. There we go. 2 minutes. We got NRG and Deleted Gaming, maybe? I don't know whose symbol that is. Ultimate. Dang, I was slipping. Thank you. I thought I should have been live by now. There, now we're live. I'm trying to get TikTok to work. I'm more got my attention on that. Let's try TikTok Studios. Let's see if that'll work. I doubt it. Oh, it's working! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Probably shouldn't have that up on the screen, eh? Probably shouldn't have had that up on my live stream. Dang it, let me take that off. You'll be trying to log into my tickety-tockety. Not good. Oh, we about to go live on TikTok. Let's go! TikTok Studios isn't... Ah, poo! That's the farthest I've gotten. It just said it wasn't available. Damn it. Come on, man.
Heat.
That's bull honkies. Let's try it again. It's not banned. I can get on it right now. It was banned last night, but about 10 minutes ago it started working again.
Game 7, each team.
I told you this on Discord.
Their worth ultimately.
They're trying to get it back up now.
Come out on top in the Game 7 decider. I'm joined
They
by
banned it
Hoxer.
last
Sir,
night.
I gotta ask you, of the 9 lives you guys
And then they unbanned it today.
how many have you used up at this point?
I don't know, man. I think it refreshes every series or something. I don't know.
Every
still 9 lives every
series?
series. I don't know, dude. Might as well, right?
That's
Josh is
that's
on
OP. What a
YouTube.
skill there. But walk me through that series from your perspective, bro. Because I mean, like the first few games you guys are losing like by
It
4
says
goals.
a
It's like
law-
they got you figured
so
out,
it's
but
still
you
not
hunkered
letting
down.
us
You
go
went after
live.
your,
It's
oh,
still
your wins were
popping
by
up for
1 goal
TikTok
here. Like,
Studios.
what was it like on
A
the
law
pitch?
banning TikTok
Oh,
has
dude, it was
been
ugly. Honestly,
enhanced
we're just a couple
in the
fellas
U.S.
having fun,
Unfortunately,
so, you know,
that means
wasn't really
you
like
can't use
a
TikTok for
surprise. We know
now.
that team likes to
We
play
are
defensive, so we just kind of leaned into it.
fortunate
And
that
didn't try
President
to
Trump has
do too much, you know?
indicated that we will work
Cool.
work
Well,
with
you gotta
us
figure it
on
out. How are you guys
solution
settling in
to
this season?
reinstate
Obviously,
TikTok. Once
you know,
he takes
crazy
office,
roster
please
mania.
stay
Right now,
tuned.
sitting in the top 4. How's it feeling?
I mean, top 4 is usually just like the minimum you want to reach before you start, like, you know, just having fun. So I think we're feeling pretty good, especially now with only 4 spots. Like, top 4 is like, if you get top 4 every time, you're gonna make a major. So we feel pretty good.
For sure, for sure. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously you want to win the whole thing, and to make it to top 2 here, you got to go
still
through
says it,
SSG.
so-
They came on off
But
of a
our
crazy
phones are
upset
working
yesterday.
now, so
How are
that's
you feeling
good.
about SSG?
I mean, that's my former org, dude. So honestly, I'm excited to play them. They're looking good yesterday, so I mean, I think it'll be fun. But we played completely opposite, so I mean, who knows?
Last
Who
night
really
it
knows?
wasn't working on our phones.
Okay, man. Well, hey,
At all.
congratulations
Like,
on the
we couldn't
win.
even
Good
open
luck
the
a
app.
little bit
Now
later
we
on
can.
against SSG. We'll see you out there.
Appreciate it.
That is Hoxer from 9 Lives. They're looking good, sitting in the top 4
Might
here
have
for
to
our
wait till
first event in
tomorrow
North
before we
America.
can go
What a
live.
series, Bates, back and forth.
It was back and forth. I mean, both squads, I think they played better than they did yesterday, which is to be expected since this is the second day of the tournament, technically the third championship Sunday. You got to bring your best in the points. But at the end of the day, it came down to what we were talking about in the pre-show. The leader game is defense just cracks. It just crumbles in the most unique and not threatening positions. You'll see it in game number 7. And even right here, like Hawks with no boost. Just letting the Maki go cook right here. Double commit right there in game 7. Too simple, and a little bit of fortune with the pool shot, and you got to give it to
that
him.
shouldn't be a goal.
Off the kickoff as well, right after the pool shot. How is that a goal? It's just like you make it too easy for him. You got to make 9 lives work. At this level, at this stage of Rocket League, as we approach our almost 9th year of RO Esports, almost 5th year of the game itself.
But
you gotta
TikTok
be clinical.
Live Studios and TikTok Live Centers last night wouldn't even attempt to load. It was completely blocked to the point like where it would not even attempt to load.
The turtlenecks with the black jacket.
Right.
See us? We looking great, guys.
That's really
God.
So tonight is actually attempting to load, so...
Good start. Good
They'll
start for
get
season
it back.
Deleted,
I think they're
I would say,
working on it.
yeah, I want to piggyback off that. Definitely a great start for Deleted. I think a lot of people had them very under the radar. Of course, there's also a role. This is his first team coaching back in a while, and I think these guys showed a lot of promise. And who knows how they'll develop towards the end of the season. We're seeing a lot of new rosters come in. They definitely have shaken things up with a lot of their kickoff strategies, but clearly they have more work to do. We'll see if they make more work. But for both of those teams, definitely a great start for them in this bracket. I don't know if a lot of people would have had either of these teams here in these positions going into this event.
For sure. So we'll
Wonder
see
if my phone
Nine
will
Lives
work
play a
now
little bit
that
later
I
on
tried
today. They
to
do get a
work.
little bit of a break here, but they do got to stay warm because Space Station is coming up very quickly. Quarterfinals moving on. We've got to see who's going to play against
Yeah, my
Complexity
phone's still
a
not
little bit
working either.
later on. It's time for the next match of the day. NRG Esports, former G2 roster in the house, locked and loaded, ready to go against the other team that everyone is considering the best
Let's
in the
try
region, the
Studios
Ultimates.
again.
We thought, Daz, we thought this might be the grand finals, and here we are, one of these teams going home in the quarters.
Yeah, former G2 roster versus former GG, you would say probably upgraded now with LJ on the squad, and then of course Sad Junior in that coach role here. Yes, like a lot of people I think would have expected this to be a potential grand finals matchup, but they are here in the quarterfinals, and it's an electric one for Championship Sunday. NRG hasn't looked necessarily the best that we would have expected going into the tournament, but they are by no means slouches. And as for the Ultimates, they've been playing pretty good, but again, that kind of knockdown, they lost to Complexity earlier on in the event. They are also trying to fight their way back into a top position here, so it's going to be a test of metal for both teams.
Oh, looking strong here, getting lined up. I mean, a notable difference in space as well. All the players from the Ultimates playing from home.
All the players from NRG not playing from home?
Are they not? I thought maybe I'm misremembering here that I thought that is.
Well, it seems like we don't know, Bates. We don't have any camps. Where are the camps?
They don't have camps. I believe they're all playing from home as well, though.
I mixed it up with Gen G. Gen G was boot camping yesterday.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll tell you this though, man. Listen, both of these rosters, and you want to really cut it down. We had a hot take from earlier saying that we want to reveal Scribbles or Frosty's gonna be top 3 in NA by the end of the year. Well, you got arguably the five best players in North America on the field in this series. 3 of them from NRG, 2 of them from the Ultimates, and then you got Chronic as well, who in some people's eyes is the 6th, maybe cracks into the top 5. So these are 2 tight ends going at it. And DeMar, you bring up a great point. If this was last year, that probably would have been Gen G versus G2. It's basically this re-upgraded NRG. NRG got blessed with the G2 squad. The Ultimates went and picked up LJ. It's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be a crazy one, folks. Get your votes in the progressive fan vote. Let us know who you think is gonna win. Hashtag TU for Team Ultimates. Hashtag NRG for NRG. Daz, what do you got?
I mean, it's a tough one. I liked what I saw from the Ultimates, but I do believe in NRG's ability to kind of change things up, get back into the form. I want to see them make that finals and be the team that I know they can be. So I'm going to go NRG with this one.
Wait, who you got?
Yeah. I mean, I got NRG on this one. This is the old G2 roster. They did not miss a grand finals last season. It's got like they're not starting now.
Oh no.
It's not starting out. Listen, we can easily sweep the dust right here, but I feel like that's disrespectful to the Ultimate squad. And as great as the NRG team is, I'm going to go with the Ultimates this time around. I like to pick up an LJ. And if there is going to be a time for NRG to maybe not win an open qualifier, it's going to be right now at the beginning of the season before they really get into it. Give me the Ultimates. Give me LJ and FK. Let me see if they can
I like his explanation.
Yeah, I appreciate I appreciate the upset prediction here. I also appreciate you giving the respect to Ultimates. I do think they deserve at least one pick on this desk for how strong that roster is here. But clearly, NRG is the favorites here, as you see by the progressive fan vote there, folks. It's time to get the teams on the pitch. And what might be the match of the day? We've got a Clash of the Titans, folks. Team Ultimates taking on NRG. Only one spot left in the semifinals. Let's see who gets it.
I think NRG has to win it. I think NRG is going to win. I think they're going to show up. They always show up.
American RLCS. We always get these unique matchups on
They
Championship
always
Sunday,
make
like
it to the
Atomic,
final
Beast Mode,
round,
and Daniel
so I don't see them not doing
Killer
that this
and
time.
Chronic again. But this time they have LJ. That makes it a unique matchup.
So I would like to see the upset though, but Beast Mode
trying to knock out
come on now, I can't root against Beast
and make
Mode.
their way deeper into Championship Sunday. Here we go.
I mean, it's crazy, Stacks. This is what everybody predicted the grand finals to basically be, right? And we're having it in a quarterfinal. It means a whole new NA and potentially a time for a whole new champion if the Ultimates can pull off what everybody is currently
Let's go! I'm gonna sit back and get my chats back up. I'll talk TikTok
shots
after
a game
in
so
between
far
rounds.
this weekend, but they're also 1 and 2 in shots allowed defensively. So we'll see what gives here. Does that change anything, or will they both be able to just get out and run roughshod over the opposition? Here we go. It's first killer.
Alright, y'all
racing to the
smash that
corner.
like button,
Atomic
subscribe
takes
for
him
your
out,
boy.
and he'll have free reign on this ball.
Trying to
over
build my other
towards Beast
channel.
Mode, but had to leave that back for Daniel. Beast Mode's up. First killer trying to chase him away. And there's that great high Rocket League IQ that you always expect out of some of the special players. First killer's got plenty of it, and he stops the play and will give everybody time to reset.
I mean, before I start, ripping into the Ultimates, I will say individually, I do believe this team is more than capable of taking down NRG individually. But when it comes to playing as a team, Ultimates do have their flaws more than most. More notably, they do play a little bit more disconnected than most people realize that they do. And unfortunately for them, you're going against NRG, the former G2 roster, who is the most connected team in North America, virtually, right? So there is a lot for the Ultimates to have cleaned up from yesterday into today. I already saw one double commit come out of the Ultimates, which makes me a little fearful for them, but I will say props to them for going these first 2 minutes scoreless. That's a good sign, at least, against this NRG squad.
Well, NRG was stifled a bit against Team Evo as Atomic just misses high. They still managed to win that series and win it convincingly in 5 games. Another clear away as the teams play back and forth and looking for Beast Mode to try and get through Chronic. Foot race to the ball, won by first killer, just ahead of the oncoming attack. But you look at this team over the past couple of years and you go, okay, well, it is Sunday. It's, first of all, a new day, and second of all, it's the most important day of the event, and this is when this particular roster shows up and balls out. We'll see if that holds true here as Daniels just missed high, and a quick counterattack on the way from the Ultimates. Chronic flip reset, stuck short by Beast Mode.
First killer's touch, almost waterfall down, but a better long clear allows NRG into their half. Atomic calls himself off. Daniels next, half a tank to work with here. Bumped off the ball means this one goes back, but Beast Mode's not going to be stuffed that easy. Demo's coming through all the way around, and NRG just lurking in that mid line, choosing pretty good moments to attack as well. One of the few moments that Ultimates had finally broken in, they quickly got a race.
This might go into 0-0 overtime.
Not under 2.
These guys are playing their hearts out right
trying
now.
to get around Atomic and maybe set that up for first killer off the 50. Didn't work out. Now here goes Chronic. Looking to circle around on one. Took a big wide turn and his shot ripped away by Beast Mode. And Daniel's going to have a look at this from the side wall. Not quite the position he'd like to start from. And all he can do is just dump that off to the corner off the defensive challenge from the Ultimates. Here goes Daniel again. Another defender in his way. You're not going to get a whole lot of time to make plays happen on either side here. Both these teams have been incredibly stingy. NRG only allowing a goal and a half per game. You're going to win a lot of games and tournaments holding lines like that, but they do have to get on the board. Minute to go. Atomic floaters high, and LJ's got all day to play it.
You just got to keep following these through. 1 minute left to go here in this game number 1. Beast Mode takes his time and brings it down. The follow from Atomic a little bit slow. First Killer recognized it, so the back pass is going to have to be the play right here. LJ up next, though, around 1. Can he get it down? A center to Chronic. Completely denied by Beast Mode and Atomic as they send this one upfield into that Ultimate's half. It is going to be short-lived, though. Another clear comes out, and really it's just pinball back and forth until someone can stop it, and it was LJ until he got taken off the play.
Beast Mode landed awkwardly, but Daniel's in position. I mean, nobody has really threatened to score. I mean, we've seen some high-level plays, but again, nothing threatening to beat either of these defenses who have been spectacular. LJ shot here was just a little wide. The net was open. NRG got lucky. Can they capitalize? Daniel, Atomic, Beast Mode back to Dan, and he's going to slow play. No time on the clock, and Ultimate with one final save before we maybe go to overtime, unless Atomic's got something to say about it. Down to the ground, Daniel can't keep it in the air.
I told you there was overtime. Let's go.
A very solid attempt in the final moments, but now you enter a new high-pressure situation. This one sent up to First Killer. Reset, not past Beast Mode, but still floats in front of that backboard as Daniel just tries to slow things down a little bit. He recognizes there's going to be an attack soon, and it's from LJ 50 down. First Killer
no
shot.
way! The Ultimates take game 1! 17 seconds!
This out of LJ.
No way, Atomic. No way. What a save.
In the right place at the right time. And
what
that's
a
all it
save,
takes.
Atomic.
1-0 overtime winner. And now the challenge for Sathu and NRG. How do you counter that? How do you get the offense rolling? Because they were not afforded the kind of time they've been accustomed to throughout this tournament to put up some of their more quality stats. They were the number 1 offense going into yesterday. Number 1 defense coming into today. That's all great. They're only numbers on a piece of paper as Ultimates take game 1.
I think, honestly, a really solid performance from the Ultimates. Like I made note of watching them yesterday, it felt like they were so disconnected at times, and that goes even for their group stage, but they really seemed to get it together here, especially when it matters most. When you're playing up against a team like NRG, everything that you do really and truly does have to be intentional. You can't be guessing where anybody is at any moment in time. So they did a great job of holding them back, and of course, ending it in OT, I feel stings a little bit more than most, because you do have that reset moment that NRG couldn't quite get a grip on.
First Killer was brilliant yesterday. 6 goals in the series against Space Station Gaming. Not enough as they get sent down out of that bracket. And their reward for coming oh so close, but still so far away, is this NRG squad. They do get game 1 as we go to Forbidden Temple for game 2. Try to reset now and get the scoreboard lit up maybe a little bit sooner. Try to get it done in regulation. NRG has the same thought as Beast Mode's going forward. And can he get back to this ball? He sure can. Down in front. Killer did all he could to keep it up.
Daniel, let's go. That's how we start out.
This one, it really just was a full team effort on it. First, Beast Mode had to virtually get past everybody, and once this ball broke past, LJ thought he had Doug balled it and might have had enough time or hoped somebody was there to make a clear, but no. Daniel was right in their faces in front of that goal, make sure it goes on in, and NRG wastes no time getting on the board in this game.
Beast Mode will try again. It's been the focal point for NRG. That one was starting to change color, but stays out from the line. And Beast Mode coming out from midfield to cut off that counterattack, but First Killer tries to re-trigger it, and he will at least get down to the NRG end, but Atomic is right there. Try to set it up for Daniel, instead he has to set up for Beast Mode. Why not? Again, he's been all over the ball. First Killer tried to slow play through Daniel, and he's having none of it.
Let's go, Daniel. Oh, got one, coach. Got one. Oh, get up that Beast Mode. Let's go!
It's the third from Beast Mode that will actually go through. The full team efforts are back.
He ain't missing that. Not today, Batman.
Second and third chance efforts are going to be critical for NRG, generating all those rebounds. That's how they get so many shots per game. And it's working to perfection here.
Oh, they double
Already a
committed
couple
on
of
the
goals in
kickoff.
the first minute.
Probably
Five
on
shots
purpose, I hope.
while not facing any at all from Ultimates. The game is still
Oh,
young.
bad challenge,
LJ
Demo.
up to first killer.
Somebody better
Chronic is
get
there
it.
as well.
There you go, Daniel.
And it's going to be cleared out by Daniel. That one falls apart from Ultimates.
LJ
Just
coming
a
in.
slow cooker right
That's
now
not
from
LJ. They got the
NRG.
same car.
Beast mode, another attempt.
Uh-oh.
Just a floater in front. FK didn't even have
There's
anything in the tank,
LJ.
but still manages to make sure it's out. LJ
Thought he
flip
was,
over
but he
one, has to
wasn't.
go up against Atomic next. Not quite. Leaves it for Chronic.
Chronic
And
Atomic.
NRG,
They got that Chronic
when they are
Atomic.
finally forced
The
back to a
Atomic
great
Chronic.
job of
Oh,
breaking out
whoa!
everybody from
Atomic
the
said, I
Ultimates
want
is
some of
way
this.
too far forward.
Each member has
And
scored
NRG
now.
walked
They
away
said,
with a
we
free
let
third
you
goal.
have that first one. We
All
let you
everybody on the
have it.
scoreboard now from NRG. A goal
Atomic
and an
said, "My
assist for
turn."
all three as they have started to run away with game two. I mean, everything has been in their favor. Possession, field control. They've had far more boost at any given point than the Ultimates have, more often than not. Here goes Daniel. Just try and pop that one past Chronic, and again, second chance opportunity maybe brewing for Atomic. The first killer's in the way. Beast mode trying to create, and that's going to go netward in a dangerous spot. Right now, Ultimates are really just up against the wall. They cannot get out of the zone. They can barely breach the center line. LJ will do exactly that. It just doesn't feel like they've got anything going their way, though. Here comes Atomic again. And he kind of waited for Chronic to get in the air first. Now Daniel.
Get up in there! Get up in there!
Got the demo as well, but Chronic clears. Took just a little too long to develop for NRG, and of course, why overcommit? You've got a 3-goal lead in the first half.
Look at Atomic driving a car
no
looks
reason
so
to
much
do so in
exactly
this
like
moment in time.
LJ.
Second half of the game is underway, and Ultimates are trailing. They haven't even had any real opportunities.
Atomic. There you go! Let's go!
Literally had
I
one,
told
but
you.
NRG has
If I didn't
four
tell you, then I
on top
told
of
you.
every shot that's
What did I
been
tell you?
registered. I mean,
I
you might
told
as well
you.
just pile on and let them
Easy
know who
money.
you are.
If this were a fight, they'd start thinking about stopping it.
Oh
Even into
my.
the second half.
Oh my.
NRG
Oh my.
has solved the puzzle. And the Ultimates now have a couple of minutes to try and figure out how they're going to fight back against this new NRG. Daniel just being disruptive. Keep possession as long as he can. More possession for NRG. Deep in Ultimates territory. Atomic blocked by first killer. Can they at least get something on the board? Great pass over to LJ.
LJ finally
will
got
score. And that transition offense is exactly
If he
what
didn't
Ultimates
get one,
needed.
everybody would have been
This
disappointed with
entire
him.
play is the
He's
reason
new to
why
the
people
roster,
have the
too.
Ultimates in their top 3, right? And top 2 even at times. For first killer to have gotten the save and then the quick transition out, and LJ is just right up there, up to speed with him, and they are able to make the shot in. That's what they're capable of. Unfortunately for them, we don't see that as often as we would like, especially against a team like
Daniel's
NRG.
gonna punch that in.
But at least one shot on the board. It's answered for now. Beast mode. And back in the net.
This is
Easy
getting
money.
ugly.
We're gonna
May
do
not be
Chronic.
getting ugly. It is
Yes,
ugly.
sir!
Beast mode with a couple to his credit now. And NRG sending a message right now to Ultimates. It needs to be a full team effort. You can't just rely on one player. You can't have a weak link if you're going to take down this squad. This is the kind of Sunday squad from Daniel, Beast Mode, and Atomic that we've been accustomed to. And everything up to this point doesn't matter. They got themselves to Sunday, and they're in prime position now, leading 5-1 in game 2. It's only going to tie the series, and every game can kind of take on a life of its own. But if this is any kind of an omen at all, Ultimates are going to be in a ton of trouble.
Oh, 100%. I mean, for the first game to turn into what this one has in NRG, just to completely stomp on the Ultimates in this game number 2, it really is. It's just kind of a testament to what the rest of the series is about to look like for NRG. As Chronic goes up, this one's going to bounce. LJ's going to take his time. The challenge from Atomic does come through, and it 50s back into the corner there. Demoed off the play, but still, this one's all the way back in that ultimate half.
We wondered near the end of their run
touch. What
with
are y'all doing?
Gen G.
Get together!
Chronic was ever going to get going as that shot goes wide across the face of the goal.
Take
And
it,
he
Daniel.
hasn't
Take it.
really
Take it,
been
Daniel.
factored into the offense much
You at it,
here
Tommy.
with Ultimates either.
back, okay.
Had by far the fewest touches,
Atomic's
about half
normally
as
the
many
third
touches
man.
as anybody else in game one, or rather, yeah, in game one. And he barely has any touches here. You got guys like LJ, who's been on it over 60, 70 times. Chronic's only touched the ball 25 times in this game, which maybe in some of y'all's ranked games might sound like a lot. But at this level, not so much.
what a
His double
save!
blocked at the
What a
goal line.
save!
Needs to get out of the starting blocks. Ultimates never did as a team in this game, and NRG makes a statement in game two.
I mean, this is the NRG.
Let's
we
go!
love. They just.
Why is there a
they're
loading sign?
unstoppable At this
What
point,
does
they
that
have their
mean?
way with everything. I mean, you look back at the replays. Even when a shot was sent off, the follows were so quick to come through every single time. In this moment, Ultimates completely had gotten caught off guard. They went way too far upfield, and NRG is going to recognize those mistakes every single moment that they are
Twitch not
given
streaming?
and
What's
presented
going
in
on
front of
with
them.
Twitch?
So. I mean, shout out to Ultimates for trying. I mean, you
Yeah,
can,
Twitch
you can
is
see
live,
the
okay.
frustration and the concentration on their faces, but I mean, it's warranted, especially if you are going to be playing. Again, I go back to that
Pick it up.
disconnection stacks that the
That's
Ultimates
good.
really just ultimately
TikToks
is always the
YouTube is
reason
way
that
behind.
they lose some of these series.
Not going to win many games giving up 15 shots to the opposition. That's what Ultimates did there to NRG. Again, a team that
Why
is
is
accustomed
YouTube
to
so
hitting
far
double
behind?
digits. They've done it
Is
plenty
YouTube really far
throughout
behind?
the weekend. They do it here to the tune of 15, and not so many at all for the Ultimates in return. But we go to game three, and again, look how drastically different game two was from the opener. Ultimates now get a fresh 5 minutes, start 0-0. This opening kickoff going to be pretty important for them to try and set the tone and get back to their winning ways, or at least get back to the not getting blown off the field ways as we go to game three.
Well,
No,
let's
it's not
see
that
if
far
there's
behind.
any difference or if things just are a complete repeat of game number two. Daniel just going
What's
to
the
take his
loading
time
sign
controlling
for,
this one,
Josh?
trying to keep it in possession of NRG. First killer quick cut around, but Beast Mode's challenge goes all the way forward. And NRG have their way with this ball. Daniel a little bit faster than FK on it, but it lands to Chronic. Great flick over. Can they work together? Working
Oh,
on touches.
Chronic
They
coming out
finally
swinging.
put him in on the play, and he
Oh,
finds his way on in
no.
the FK demo to open that net wide out.
That's Ultimates. When you let him touch the ball, good things happen. Of course, big credit to First Killer for the demo as well. Took out the defender coming across.
Yeah,
But it's a
see,
first
a
strike
mustache with a
out of
mustache with a
Ultimates
mustache.
and Chronic. And now what else do they have in store for
So, Big
NRG?
Nope.
They had
Come
plenty
on,
of time
Daniel.
to think
Play
about
that
it
smart.
as game
Smarter
two
than that.
kind of wound down. I mean,
Oh my
that
gosh,
was,
he's always the third
I
man.
don't want to say
Told you.
necessarily out of reach, especially for a team of this caliber, but it certainly did seem
He's
like
supposed to be second.
the
Daniel's to be
result was
first.
going to be as one-sided as it was for a while. So almost serves as kind of a mini timeout with Chronic and LJ now jumping for the same ball, and that doesn't work out for them because here comes Daniel. Got his flip back, and Beast Mode shot goes well wide. Trying to keep possession, though, with Atomic. Outside the first minute, NRG looking for an equalizer and finding none, and not even finding a scoring opportunity thanks to the
Beast Mode
defensive
shot. I'll take
Ultimates.
that.
Chronic
I'll
just
take
up on
it.
that side. No boost to his name, though. A little bit of a run-in with First Killer there. Atomic just taking his time. Mind games around the defense. Slowly working. Daniel trying to push forward. First Killer at least sends him back a little bit as LJ and Chronic work together upfield. But still, only one goal to their name as of now. Beast Mode just trying to get them on out. He does. It's very low boost, but the reset in the center almost worked for
wide
Atomic,
open
but
net.
LJ catches them out. Right place, right time.
We're
Well,
gonna see a game
scoop and
7,
score
y'all.
for LJ.
We're gonna see a game
I mean,
7.
Daniel gets caught
We
up
gonna
and just
see a
turns
game
the wrong
7.
way. Just like, okay, can I go for a rebound? Nope. Got caught being a little
Are
too
we gonna have an
aggressive.
upset? Is that what's
And
gonna
LJ
happen?
doubles the lead now for the Ultimates. They're not necessarily doing it with team plays. Don't need to. All you need is the ball to go in the net. Now they got to play some defense. Beast Mode couldn't take out LJ. Atomic looking to go back to Daniel, but might be snake bitten a little bit. He's a little more hesitant to come forward, and that affords Ultimates a little bit of time. But now Beast Mode tried to go in behind Chronic, and he made a good read. Shot from Daniel sails high again. That's happened a few times to him over these first 3 games. And it's Ultimates with all the momentum now.
You got to keep that momentum going, too. You can't let yourselves get slowed down. Beast Mode back to Daniel. Daniel to the backboard. His first killer takes it back. It's a low boost. He bumps Atomic completely off, but it doesn't even matter. This one was already up in the air. First killer, again, just trying to follow this ball, but that midline currently belongs to NRG. And LJ is going to make his attempt here. I don't think Chronic's anywhere up the field. There was a small touch there. But for now, NRG, though they are trailing, starting to look a little bit better possessionally.
LJ had his pocket picked by Daniel. As Chronic will have to bring it all the way back. Just keep it away from Beast Mode. Now Mode looking for Atomic. Not so much. Instead, it's Daniel coming up from the back, and another save made. But can NRG keep the attack alive? Daniel down towards Atomic. No, towards Atomic. Recently hitting a milestone. We'll touch on that in a sec as Beast Mode has kind of lost the plot there on the side wall, and first killer will clear it away. Ultimate's fully in control here, where NRG had dominated the previous game.
And this is such an important thing, to note if you're an Ultimates fan. The fact that they are able to come back in this is a huge sign of life. And there's another breath of relief as this third goal comes out from none other than Chronic. We all wanted him to be able to get more involved. I mean, of course, Beast Mode on low boost and getting caught out is just a bonus to making sure that goal went in. But now that Chronic is involved, Ultimates look a lot more consistent and threatening.
Well, Atomic will try to trigger something for NRG. He's gone over 500,000 career points in the RLCS in this series.
There you go, B-Mode. There you go, B-Mode. There you go, B-Mode. We going down. We about to win this, y'all.
They're working their way there, a minute and 13 seconds to try and find 2 goals now, and that's just to tie things up. We're going to see if it's possible. What do they do off the kickoff? 2 into the same, first killer to follow back. And Daniel just there to collect. Chronic's going to try and take his challenge, but Daniel immediately low, past 1, but LJ's already there to follow. Off the backboard, enough to make a small double, and nobody from NRG can clear this ball out.
That's going to frustrate them. Now as we get to the final minute, they need to get out and run. Atomic lets Daniel take charge. He's got Beast Mode to his left, and, well, he thought about going, then thought about retreating, and then Daniel actually won the ball. Didn't matter, as Ultimate still come back the other way. And it's only Atomic on the field, so Chronic can beat him easily. And it goes across now to Beast Mode. Coming up on 30 to go.
Daniel
and
missed the touch.
Just a little too strong on that pass for his reach, and so it's bombed away again, and they have to start from square 1 down 2.
This one up in the corner here.
First killer! Field and field. And field and field.
Speedy had on it, and he does. It's right past everyone who attempted to get in his way, right over Daniel. 2:18 to go. The Ultimates make one of the best responses possible to a 5-1 loss in Game 2.
And Ultimates still haven't done it with possession necessarily, but they are still making progress, just catching NRG napping. Of course, that in that instance, NRG had to kind of chase the game, so you excuse the shot ringing through. First killer can't get up to that. Daniel will get one for the road. It only looks a little bit nicer on the scoreboard. It's a big dub for the Ultimates as they double up NRG in Game 3.
An incredible win, but just, again, an even better response. This is exactly what they needed. Realistically, they just looked so much better defensively against NRG, and that was really one of the bigger disconnects. We were all waiting to see how involved can Chronic get, because it felt like he was getting a little lost out there in those first 2 games of the series. But once they started, incorporating him a little bit where he naturally fit in, they looked better, and they were able to catch NRG off guard a lot more than they were if they were trying to force it.
And they don't really force the ball to him, and ultimately, I don't know that he played much differently in that game. but the opportunities that were presented to him, he took advantage of. 2 big goals, and of course, what's the difference between Ultimates and NRG in Game 3? 2 goals. He also has a couple of saves and leads the team in shots. So Ultimates get a big boost out of Chronic, and they've also got a 2-1 series lead now over NRG. Just another classic battle between this NRG squad and the likes of First Killer, Chronic, and even LJ. They had some epic battles when he was with Space Station last year. Same faces up at the top, except the new Space Station's waiting to take the field a little bit later on, and they've got a lot to say about who might be the top dogs in North America. We'll see if one of these 2 squads can get a shot at them later on today, maybe to close it all out. We kick it off now in Game 4 at Utopia. A chance for Ultimates to get on match point and really make NRG sweat.
Talking about NRG having a sweat, I mean, they didn't have the best Swiss stage. They got taken all the way to round 5. This one, crossbar down and out. Daniel's gonna take his time, 1 touch, reset forward. Chronic and First Killer both have to double commit because they had nothing in the tank to show for it, but they managed their save and transition out. But I mean, like I said, right now, NRG, they've had moments, at least in this first split, that are questionable, but right now they're trying to change all of that.
That shot initially rang wide, and the follow-up did not find pay dirt. This will drop down to Atomic, though, and Chronic stuffs that well out in front. Beast mode blocked by LJ, and Chronic can just lob it downfield. Hope something good happens, but not much does. If Daniel's in defense, he's usually pretty sure-handed, and he is that time. He'll throw it all the way across, and everybody will get time to get boosted up. Most importantly, Daniel, as he grabs a full boost on the way back. Beast mode will try and keep possession now for NRG, as Daniel's come back into the play, but LJ is all over it.
Atomic sends this one down. Second touch goes forward. No follow-up. And Daniel completely even demoed off the attempt to keep this one going upfield. And Ultimate's doing a much better job of just slowing this ball down, forcing NRG out of their rotations. And a lot of that's coming in with these very intense, aggressive plays. Back pass over to First Killer, over 1 into the hands of Atomic.
Again, every game in this series has been so dramatically different from the previous one. So what kind of story will Game 4 tell? Right now, everybody having a tough time breaking through stalwart defense. Beast mode has Daniel all the way across, but Chronic read the play well, and he'll boot it downfield. And Atomic trying to change directions on the Ultimate's attack. And he's done well enough. Past LJ. Still has First Killer and Chronic to deal with. Out to Daniel. Beast mode coming on, and LJ took him out.
And I really expect NRG to find something here quickly, because back on defense right now, the Ultimates are getting a little too close for comfort as far as shadowing each other extremely closely. This one's a setup for LJ. Daniel sends it off, and Beast mode just slow it down as Chronic pushes upfield. Half the game left to go, but that first half scoreless, very reminiscent of what we had seen before, until there was a shutout, right? So we haven't quite gotten that yet. As Beast mode goes around 1. Pass 2. Is there the 3rd? No.
Chronic running downfield, trying to take out Atomic, and now he's going to circle back, and he kind of gets clipped by Beast mode. Now LJ going to try to take it himself. Chronic waiting for a rebound, and Daniel does not afford him one. First Killer will try to keep the attack alive around the boards, and Atomic and Beast mode are right there for it. But neither has any boost, and LJ just stole what was left on the NRG half of the field. And Ultimates could keep this attack alive. Chronic, kind of a basic shot, trying to create a rebound for LJ. And that's still never. Daniel can't keep it out.
I don't know what they were doing, but
My heart just dropped for a second. This one 50'd.
Daniel just own goal, bro. What?
Right instead of
Alright, so it wasn't tripping. Daniel just own goaled in the RLCS tournament, bro.
Unfortunately for him,
What?
it goes in, and Ultimates get their lead here. And when they need it most, it's going to be taken away.
He said, my fault, guys, my fault, guys, my fault.
In this game. Unfortunately, the 2 teams are tied. First Killer almost got to it, but almost only counts in horseshoes. They're all tied up now, just over 100 ticks on the clock. And Atomic almost got that one through LJ off the kickoff, and the net was at least available, but a tough angle to score from from that
Oh,
position.
Daniel! What are you doing?
Floodgates are open between these two.
What are you doing?
Shootout is officially
Who's
beginning.
that?
The craziest from the ceiling down setup comes out as quickly as that response had come through, and now we got to see what NRG send off the kickoff.
Because I'm on a different account on my phone. Because if I'm not, my daughter uses my YouTube, and every time I get on YouTube, it'll just show me like Blippi Bluey and Spidey and Friends and Mickey Mouse videos. So I got a different one from my computer than I do from my phone.
Many bad reads. The ones he's missed have really been tough reads to make, especially that ball.
And then when she's on YouTube so much, I don't need her accidentally going on live.
Exclamation point, and Atomic with an emphatic save. First killer just lobs it back in, challenges NRG to go the length of the field yet again in the final minute. Ultimate's trying to put this one on ice. LJ up to the skies, and Daniel just gets rid of him. Atomic. All he can do is throw it to the corner, and he'll dive in, and Beast Mode is starting to go as well. NRG maybe not on the same
Beast Mode on the zone! Come on, man! What a save! He don't miss those double taps.
This time from Atomic, and no rebound to speak of as the Ultimates break out. 25 seconds remain, and NRG find themselves in an opportune spot, having to defend, needing to chase the game a bit. LJ looking across, and Daniel will take this. First killer tried to fake him out. Daniel right past him. Easy save for LJ as the final countdown goes on now. In game 4, will Ultimates get 3 shots at closing this series out? It's your
Beast Mode with the calmest setup to Daniel for a 0-second goal.
Let's go!
First overtime in game number 4.
Well, first killer did it to Space Station yesterday. What else does Daniel have for us? Boy, he has been all over this game. And he's down on the offensive end again, trying to set anything up, and he just kind of let that one get away from him. Beast Mode can't stay with this play. First killer has LJ waiting for a rebound, and Atomic will afford them none. It goes all the way back out to midfield. LJ has it now. Blocked out. And he'll still keep possession. That's a great job holding possession. Good fake out of first killer. And Chronic shot does not ring true. Here comes NRG.
It's very low boost for NRG as well. Daniel really was the only one that had anything. Beast Mode collected on the side as he entered the ultimate half here. And Daniel's going to take his time. Leaves this for Atomic. Shot on target. First killer and LJ managed to keep this one out and try and break into that NRG side. But Daniel says absolutely not. He 50s forward onto that midline. Atomic goes past, and Beast Mode, it's up to him to make sure this goes forward. And he tries to take out the zone. It's Atomic.
Let's go! Let's go!
Coming way out from the side wall. That kind of threw off Ultimates, and then it just chaos all over the place. And it's Daniel who cleans up the mess at the end, and this series is all square.
I mean, NRG, I'm going to be so real with you. That was a very questionable game at times. Like you said, poor Daniel. It really just felt unlucky a lot of the times. It wasn't even the worst performance ever. It was just... It really was unlucky.
What do I get?
Moments. You look back at the replays,
You get another cup
and
of
this
coffee.
was the one that kicked it off. The 0-second goal, the pass from Beast Mode to Daniel, and of course, Daniel has the freest cleanup when all 3 members of the Ultimates committed to that save, and not a single person got a touch. And now it is a tied series in our second quarterfinal.
I can't even see out these emotes.
25 goals now for Daniel on the weekend with a hat trick in game 4 to tie up the series. Just another heavyweight battle between 2 of NA's best, even though they have struggled mightily at times. They are
Holy
still
whoa,
major
G2.
bound, you would have to imagine. This, of course, this day and the ones to come, going to have a lot to say about exactly where and if they will factor in to NA representation at Birmingham. Now we go to Aquadome for Game 5. Do they have an answer for Daniel? Has he hit a stride that is completely unstoppable? We will find out now as we kick it off in a tie-breaking fifth
Let a
game.
kickoff goal happen.
And NRG had a good comeback, although a lot of it was at the end there, but Ultimates really have been making them work for it.
Let's go. Beast mode, beast mode, beast mode. Quick.
Can't make too many mistakes right now.
Double
And
commit.
NRG already back in their half. First 20 seconds in. It's
Beast
been a little
mode,
back and
beast
forth,
mode,
but NRG
beast mode.
holding on to this ball for now.
Daniel. Atomic.
Mental aspect is certainly
Boom,
going to come into
baby.
play as First Killer makes the save there on a drive
go
from
back up,
Atomic.
down.
LJ paid the
Oh, he
price
tried
for
to
being
get
in
it
the wrong
back.
place at the
Wide
wrong
open
time.
net.
But he can get his goal off the respawn, and he does.
Holy
NRG caught
whoa!
too far forward again, and LJ off the respawn breaks a scoreless tie.
And this all started with Chronic. He was being an absolute menace to Beast Mode up in the air and had enough power to drive it past the midline for LJ to make the cheat. He caught off Daniel with no boost,
At
and it's
least
just a
heat up
free
my
shot
coffee
at that
that's
point.
sitting
Now
there. It's
they go
still
again
good.
off the ceiling. He has his flip to work with. He uses the
We
power
can get
to drive
Brantley to
forward,
do
but Daniel
that.
with the save.
Goals and 2 assists to go for Chronic
If
here in
there's
this
some
series.
still in it,
And
I don't even
we
know.
talked about how he hasn't been necessarily hovering around the ball as much. He has made the most out of the opportunities afforded to him as Beast Mode takes out LJ. And Chronic is there to try and follow up the play. Daniel says no, he'll bring it back the other way and just can't get past LJ. And Chronic making sure that there's no further follow-up immediately for NRG. But here it comes
That was my
anyways.
kinda hit
Daniel
right
right
there.
at First Killer. And he will take possession from the back line. I mean, it's so important, though. Yeah, okay, you can beat one, but can you beat the follow-up coming in on the attack for NRG? And often, the answer to that has been no. They've done a good
Almost got
job
him.
keeping Ultimates from getting too comfortable on the counterattack. And they've done it yet again and afforded themselves at least one more opportunity, finally squandered by
Oh, beast
LJ.
mode.
Ooh, that was close. It was a great save, but First Killer follow-up still denied by Atomic, even on very low boost. Great clear by Daniel. Chronic had that backboard on lock, though. 3 minutes to go here in this game number 5. Atomic tries to get past one. I do like what I'm seeing from the Ultimates defensively. Backboard has been a lot more covered, and that does tend to be the MO for NRG at times, where they try and use that to get to each other. But for now, they're doing a lot of these infields, and even then, those are also being intercepted.
Beast Mode's done well to get by LJ, but that touch got away from him.
shit.
And First Killer towards an empty net that Daniel does catch up to. And what else does he have in store for us? He ran out of boost, still managed to connect with Beast Mode. He can still stay in this play.
Daniel,
and
what are you
Daniel might turn on
doing?
this. No, First Killer had it all the way, so Daniel making the far more conservative play. Realizing, of course, still 2.5 minutes. There's no need to throw caution to the
Oh,
wind
you
just
should have
yet.
redirected that one.
You know that he's capable.
More than capable. First Killer tried to send this one to Chronic. I like the bump off as well. NRG needs that aggression back into their lives if they want to slow Ultimates down, because at the end of the day right now, NRG are trailing. Now it's just by 1, but that still feels like a lot. Beast Mode able to keep this one out, but they can't get out of their own half. One of the better clears, Beast Mode was already up for it and tries to make some sort of initial start to a play, but Ultimates really have done an incredible job with every cutoff, every bump off to NRG to really just frustrate them in this game 5.
Oh, everybody running forward, and it's on
What?
G with 90 seconds left,
No
and here
way.
comes Ultimates back the other way. It's Chronic stopped at
They
the
needed that
crossbar.
goal.
And Beast Mode will try again. You gotta have a short-term memory for your NRG, and Chronic again.
No
with
way.
Another clean break away from NRG.
You really and truly can't even stop your level of speed here, because like you said, short-term memory is going to be the only way you get back to that one. Beast
Let's go!
They do it yet again. Atomic will pick up an assist. He continues to be a massive presence for NRG, setting the table yet again. We're all square with just over a minute to go. Daniel's going to have all day to play this. LJ just waiting for him to make a mistake, and you might as well wait for a very, very long time. First killer, looking for Chronic maybe. No, LJ was forward. And Atomic makes sure that LJ doesn't have a comfortable shot. We're into the final minute now. And crunch time for NRG.
Get that man some space.
Surely
Get that man some space.
Coming after this game, regardless, because somebody's going to have 2 shots at closing out the series.
30 seconds left. LJ is up with this one. Atomic's just trying to shadow him and make things difficult. But Beast Mode from behind. The demo on the Chronic means first killer's just going to have to awkwardly send this one back. And Atomic to the center. Nobody's going to get the follow. 15 on the clock.
Come on, Daniel.
NRG steal it away one more time? We'll find out here as Beast Mode's in the corner, challenged by FK and LJ, and they send this one back. Daniel to kill in the mid. First killer, no boost. Most he can do is just lurk and hope that Chronic is ready to go, and he is. But Daniel from the ceiling, this one to the side, and LJ takes this one up to the sky. Sends this one down to FK, and it gets killed. We have OT.
Overtime, baby,
What an exclamation point on a wild 5th game. LJ double lined up and Atomic with a hand up to make sure this overtime does not end in only 10 seconds. Now LJ called into action on the other side and does make the save just over the bar. Double commit there for NRG. May not be costly as they do get the ball to the back line. And they even keep possession. Ultimate's got to let an opportunity to break out go by the wayside, just not in position to make them pay for what should have been costly double commit.
Smooth. It's making me nervous because they're getting closer and closer each time, and it's forcing the Ultimates to make their challenges a little bit quicker, not as clean. Chronic and LJ are going to work together, but it's low boost all the way around, which means NRG is going to have their way with its ball in the sky. This 150 down, and LJ took it back. He tried to pinch it out a little bit, taking his time, reset, not past 1. This one goes down. Chronic has shot opportunity, but Beast Mode post-save keeps their whole ball.
No, there is not, and they persevere through all of it. Back-to-back overtime winners. This one comes from Atomic, and NRG gets 2 bites at the apple to try and close out Ultimates.
They look so good,
Oh
and it's
my.
really weird because
my.
I know it's probably hard for a lot of people here, but NRG, weirdly, this is the most inconsistent we've seen them probably ever, especially when you're comparing them to themselves last year. But I will say, Ultimates genuinely is a tough challenge to go up against. Unfortunately for the Ultimates, when it matters most, what usually is the problem area really became the problem area. That defense, being able to defend those quick transitions out from NRG like this, are the exact reason why they fell in that Game 5.
So Ultimates will get a timeout here. Sad Jr. will take plenty of time to try and talk to his team. We were talking about the mental aspect of it very briefly a couple of games ago, and you've got 2 of the most well-respected coaches, not just in the region, but the world here in Sad Jr. and Sathu, that get to talk their team through the end of this series now. Looking to go, of course, to Neo Tokyo for Game 6 and then potentially Champions Field if Ultimates can take care of business here. And I think if you're Sathu, even if Ultimates had won that overtime, and then it would obviously have been Sathu calling the timeout, you're not really upset with how the series has gone because NRG has consistently maintained possession. They've maintained control. They've maintained boost. They've controlled it very well. They haven't really been caught out of position. I mean, yes, they've given up some empty net goals, but they haven't been caught out of position without any boost. There have been a few kind of, I guess, fluky balls that have got through and gone into their net. But overall, they're going to be very happy with how they've played this series. If they play the way they have throughout this series, yes, they're going to win more often than not. And I think that's going to be the message for NRG as they try to close this out.
110%. And of course, at the end of all of it, there's just a level of respect that Ultimates have to pay to NRG. Even if they aren't the most consistent, even if Ultimates are capable of, you know, finding the odd goal here and there, NRG more times than not are very intentional with everything that is happening on the field. And now NRG sit match point, 1 win away from the semifinal and potentially going off against Complexity.
Daniel has become unlocked for NRG. Didn't factor into the gameplay much in the first half of this series. As the assist and of course the hat trick from the previous game. Now it's on Ultimates to try and shut him down, and more importantly, the entirety of NRG. Good luck.
I think that's really just the best you can say to them at this point in time, is really and truly just good luck. They're trying their hardest, but even right now, Ultimates, they're trying to pre-read what NRG is doing to break out of their half, and they've done a great job of doing so. I'm just waiting for the big clear. And Atomic's gonna try and do it with the reset attempt past First Killer, but that means First Killer had to use all his resources and pass this off to LJ. LJ uses everything he can to reset forward towards that net, but Daniel knocks this out, and the clear goes through. Beast Mode once again catching Ultimates off their game.
That First Killer waiting on the wing. Chronic starts creeping up, and Beast Mode just comes right in, yoink, right down the middle. And that is a tough one to swallow for Ultimates, as they gotta feel like they just gave NRG a freebie. And this one dangerously close to the net. Watch the follow-up. Atomic was forward with plenty of boost. He couldn't get up in the air quick enough. And First Killer can't direct that through the wide wall that was the NRG defense.
Right now, Ultimates really just, you gotta stay so communicative about everything you are about to do. You cannot play as individuals anymore.
Oh, I missed the NRG score.
Daniel sends this back, First Killer.
Low
boost, but keeps
hold
this little further. Beast Mode's already up in their faces. Atomic's up next. Nobody gets bumped off. Chronic manages to get the save, but all of Ultimates was fairly low on boost. This one pops up into the sky, and somehow NRG do not find themselves in that net.
All LJ can do here is try to bring the ball deep into NRG territory, and he could not even do that. Now Atomic for Beast Mode again. That's time First Killer got a piece. But Atomic, quick shot under the bar.
I mean, if you've got it, flaunt it. Beast Mode took that original challenge, and Atomic was like, no, straight cut, turn, take the shot, and hope it floats in, and it does. They're just magnets to the net now as NRG go up by 2 with only 3 minutes left. And a lot of this has been Beast Mode just taking that initiative. He's that big wall that really slows things down when needed and then pinches it forward when you want it. Daniel's up next, taking his time as this one into the corner. Beast Mode and Atomic are lurking as LJ tries to go upfield.
I need to up my bit rate.
I mean, Ultimates have not been comfortable much in this series. 20 demos, by the way, coming into this game, opposed to just 7 or 8 from Ultimates. I mean, they have always had to be looking over their shoulder, waiting for someone like Atomic to come along and take them out of the play. First Killer now has LJ in support. Instead, opts to call his own number. And a little bit of my turn offense now for Ultimates, which has kind of always plagued teams like FaZe or Gen G in the past. Now Daniel takes that away from First Killer. Also got Chronic on the way down. More possession time out of NRG with a 2-goal lead and only 2 minutes to hold on.
Still keep going. This one to the backboard. Waterfall down. Beast Mode said not to the ground. It won't. And LJ is going to take a shot. Daniel meets him at the crossbar and says no. They're clearing out and they're forcing Ultimates back into their own half. And again, all eyes have been really on Chronic to get involved. He's had a couple of moments where he looks great enough to finally push Ultimates through. But for now, it's LJ going to this corner. A minute 30 on the clock here. All Ultimates can do is just try and keep the ball in their half, but even that is becoming a challenge.
Atomic's going to take his time trying to line one up, and a high bouncer throws first killer for a loop, so Chronic's got to take over. Now LJ just boom it downfield. This dump and chase strategy has not worked for a couple of games now for Ultimates. But they're going to keep ringing that bell until it breaks, and it might in just over a minute. First killer, lob it up. Atomic's all over it. He had no forward momentum at all, so it was easy pickings for Atomic. And now Daniel just throw it up there again, and it forces Ultimates, even though there was no threat. Nobody from NRG went. Just the threat is enough. Ultimates have to burn so much boost just to get a touch, even try to start the ball downfield. And then when they finally do, NRG is already back in position. They are content to win this 2-0 unless an open net presents itself, which it almost has here. Chronic will turn on it. And now Daniel will try to start milking the final 30 seconds. This has to be it though for Ultimates. First killer has a lane, and Atomic shuts it down.
21 seconds before NRG do exactly what they've done every single time since we've seen this roster form, and that is let everybody know that even when it seems like there is a chance to take them down, they will rise to the occasion. 4 seconds on the clock here. Last moment efforts, but it's not enough. NRG will live to see another semifinal.
Rumors of this roster's demise have been greatly exaggerated and a fair bit premature. NRG get 2 overtime winners back-to-back, and then a shutout in Game 6. NRG looks to be in the same type of form that we expected from the start of this whole process, and we haven't seen until exactly now.
I mean, it's so frustrating for the Ultimates, right? They really looked like they could have done it. They had these shining moments, but of course, I feel like this goes for almost any series you usually see the Ultimates in since they've formed. Sometimes the balance between offense and defense is just too like teeter-tottered. They really quite haven't been able to find that good middle ground yet. But when they do find it, that's where they take the games off of NRG. Unfortunately for them, NRG just forced them to play way too much defense, and they were trying to pull out a miracle at the end there, and you can't stop what essentially has been one of the greatest teams in the world.
I mean, NRG had a great game plan for success. They kept possession. They played a very physical game, primarily going after first killer and making him uncomfortable. And it was all enough as they survive in 6 games. And they advance. We've got plenty more coming your way. We'll crown a winner of this North American Open much later on as the RLCS rolls on after this.
What's going on, YouTube? Actually, I don't have to make myself smaller. I need to make myself go over more. Like that. There we go, that's better. There we go. Oh, that's left. There we go, that's a little better. A little better. Don't pause, press play. Yo, we got thoughts. Anybody got thoughts? Josh, you got any thoughts? Don't you dare pop back up and ask me who won. Then I'm gonna have to call you a Harley. Let's try TikTok while we're waiting. Still not working. Smoke is coming to the sky. You can't believe your senses. Let's try studios. You think you've seen it all until you sucks, I gotta go search for studios every time I want it. I never wanna be alone. This place is cursed. I want you. Same thing. Dang, dang, dong. Temporarily unavailable. Dang, y'all, TikTok's really doing it to me right now, man. I'm withdrawing. Need my TikTok. Need my audience. Need my peoples. The world we used to know. You're really doing a brother like that right now, man. They gonna tease us by giving it back to us on our phones, but not letting us go live. Let me make a TikTok video. Well, let me do that at least. Let's see if it'll let me make a TikTok video. And I'll tell everybody where I'm at. We've been running for ages to search some light. We can feel every day after running for nights. Thanks for your patience support as a result of President Trump's efforts. TikTok is back in the USA! Let's go! Can y'all see that? Let's go! Alright, should be able to get live back on TikTok then. It's just a matter of time before it starts working. Come on, man, start working. Can I go live from my phone? Still ain't able to go live. It's a matter of time. We'll be live on TikTok. It's just a matter of time, y'all. Come on. Yes. Come on, you just said President Trump said we could use it. It's gonna take him some time to get it back up, I guess. I might have to
A
restart my
spectacular
computer.
series that had a bit of everything back and forth as NRG take out the Ultimates. 3 overtimes. We had buzzer beaters. We had hat tricks. We had a bit of everything. We got Beast Mode on the line to talk about it. Beast,
Open up TikTok on your phone. It literally pops up a message saying President Trump
Daniel
allows
hitting the
us
most
back on
blatant own goal
TikTok.
I've seen in years, and then bouncing back, hitting the buzzer beater, hitting the hat trick to win it. What's it like in a moment like that where you guys
still
like
won't let me
obviously
live,
scoring
though.
yourselves? Like, how did you stay grounded?
I mean, yeah, you just can't really think about it too much. You just gotta move on from it. Honestly, we probably could have. There was things that I could have done to stop that from
people are gonna go
Umbo, so it
live
wasn't really
when they're
fully
allowed
Daniel's
to.
fault. I kind of messed up a bit and gave him the ball, which kind of led Daniel in an awkward position. But at that point, you just gotta move on from it. Things like that are gonna happen. So yeah.
For sure, for sure. You've played so much more Rocket League than anyone who's watching more than me. Do buzzer beaters still get you excited the same way?
Absolutely, man. Like, I think it's the most exciting part of Rocket League, without a doubt. Like, just like it's also a relief. Like when you hit that buzzer beater and you still got a chance to win, or you still won the game and stuff like that. So it's the best part of Rocket League, without a doubt.
I agree. It's fantastic. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time. You still got a tournament to play here. Complexity's coming up. People have called them the most complete team in the game right now in North America. How do you feel about Complexity?
I do agree. I don't know if they're the most complete team. I think they are one of the most complete teams, though. Like, I don't know if they are the most, but it's gonna be fun to play them. I'm excited to see what they're about in tournament. They've been looking really good, and yeah, it's very interesting that they're on the side of their bracket, which because it means that SSG or 9 Lives are gonna make the finals, and I don't think a lot of us could have predicted that. But so I'm excited to play them and kind of just see if we can make the finals and keep the streak going as well.
Wonderful stuff. Well, Beast Mode, congratulations on the win. Good luck making the finals.
Thank you very much.
All right, that is NRG moving forward in the bracket. They've made top 4. Gotta beat Complexity to make those grand finals, but they are in the prime seat and they're warmed up, ready to go. This team, how did you feel like NRG looked as the series went on here, Bates?
Man, as the series went on, they kept getting better and better, and they started getting more informed. I was talking on the pre-show.
I want that red splash. I want that.
And there's a chance for the Ultimates to beat NRG Esports. It will be now before NRG really starts to get into form. And throughout the series, they got better and better. Ultimates played really well, but it's just the small, minute aspects, and especially in Game 4, you're up. Oh, we didn't see the 0-second goal. Don't worry, we don't need to see Game 4. But you see the pinch across, and I mean, a big play like that, all the momentum's gone. You're not going to win that game. LJ beats 2. Chronic is in no man's land. Chronic's got to be better as the third man for this Ultimates team. I know that's his role. He's got to be efficient. He's got to be clinical in defense. He's got to make sure that he gives LJ and FK as many opportunities as possible to be dominant on offense. And if that's happening, it's going to be tough. I wish you saw the Game 4, though, because the Game 4 was a turning point, though, Wave. The 0 seconds. 0 seconds. Daniel came from the right side, shot it from about a quarter out from the right side of goal, sniped it underneath the left post. You can't let that happen.
It was pretty spectacular stuff. I mean, Herc, in your estimation, was this more of NRG being better, or Ultimates not quite living up to the standards, not quite meeting the expectations?
A little mix of both, but I think it was more so on NRG just progressively getting more comfortable as the game went on, and I think that did start to freak Ultimates out. I think, like y'all said, a big part of it was the fact that Chronic really wasn't involved too much at the beginning, and when he was involved, they did look a little bit better. Like, there was more opportunity for them to kind of get into the swing of things, but it really is an FK and LJ show, and that's not a bad thing whatsoever. It just needs to be, I think, a little bit more well-rounded, especially against anybody like NRG.
Yeah, still work to be done there for the Ultimates, and we'll get to see them again in the next tournament. Their tournament run ends here, but I mean, NRG, we're talking about them warming up as the series went on. The Game 5 overtime winner, we could take another look at it here. The 3-man passing play out of their own net. Beast Mode pinches it off the post to Daniel in the midfield, uses all of his boost. Atomic off the wall, like the fastest counterattack you can possibly achieve from the longest distance here, Bates.
Nobody's stopping that. That's a world-defining play right there. It's simply unstoppable. Great save. The pinch is exactly where it needs to go. Daniel uses all of his boost, and Mozzie also uses all of his boost just to get back to the ball. FK, he doesn't expect that, and then whoever was last back, I mean, it's just GG at that point. You got to hope that Mozzie misses the ball, and the chances of that are slim to none.
Yeah, hope he misses, and just throw yourself in the air and hope you get in the way, and just you're kind of down to luck on that spot. What a counterattack from NRG as they advance to the semifinals to play against Complexity. Excited for that matchup. And also on the other side, 2 teams that no one expected to make it this far, and yet here they are. One of these teams, 9 Lives versus Space Station, will be in the grand finals. So a few matches here left to play today, our semis and then the grand lines as well. So let's get into the first one here. The two teams, the two unlikely challengers, 9 Lives and Space Station. Great players on both sides, making a wonderful run here to start the season off.
Oh yeah, this is two very different stories, but pretty much along the same lines. Nobody quite thought they were going to be here, at least this easily. And I say easily very lightly, don't come at me, but 9 Lives pretty much have used about 30 at this point to get here. There's been so many times where things should not have gone their way, and then they did. And I mean, honestly, props to them for just running with it. And then, of course, on the flip side is SSG, the up-and-coming team that is basically next gen of the RLCS, are really finally starting to prove themselves after all this time.
Reconnect with Lemonade
I'll tell you this,
community.
this SSG squad, they are really next up. The amount of work and preparation they put in. If you missed the stream yesterday, XP or Coach was
Come on, get your TikTok live back up.
post-game interview
TikTok,
after
come
they
on.
beat Ultimates. Really? The Ultimates? Yeah.
I'm
Beat the
over here
Ultimates,
trying
and
it over and
he was
over
talking
again.
about
We'll get
how he
there.
has his players playing EU 2s, because not enough top level pros and A play 2s. He's got to force them to play, get them on the game.
might
He
have to
needs them to
restart my
grind. They've
computer.
been putting in the work throughout the offseason, and they already have 2 quality wins. They beating that NRG team that you just saw beat the Ultimates, and SSG also beat the Ultimates yesterday. So 9 Lives is punching up at the moment. It's going to be a great series, though.
I mean, Hawkster said that their 9 Lives reset every series here, folks. So if you think that 9's enough to get them through Game 7, get your vote in the chat. The Progressive Fan Vote there. Hashtag 9L for 9 Lives. Hashtag SSG for Space Station. Herc, who you got?
Oh man, I mean, as much as I want to
I
keep
might
going with
restart
9 Lives after everything they've shown me,
while we're on this
I
break.
just think
I
they've
don't know how
run
long
out
we
at this
got,
point. SSG
but
are too
let me
consistent.
try to restart my
I
computer.
hate
We need our TikTok
They
audience.
allegedly reset.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We're hanging on one
And I need to
person's
change
word
the
here
bit
that
rate
they
so it's
reset
not so
there. Okay,
laggy.
Space Station for Herc. Who you got, baby?